students. It's been a long days. We are again joining semiconductors. In semiconductors, we have studied up to depletion region. What do you mean by depletion region? I guess so many of you might have forgotten. Let's brief it, then move to the next topic. Okay. When a PN junction is formed, what happens? What do you mean by PN junction? When PN junction is, how PN junction will be formed? Where a single silicon or germanium crystal doped with the one side by a pentavalent impurity and the another side by trivalent impurity will get PN junction. PN junction is formed. That means one side of the crystal will be P-type material and the another side of the crystal will be N-type material. Once the PN junction is formed, what happens? Due to the concentration gradient, because P-type contains more number of holes and less number of electrons. That means higher concentration of holes, whereas N-type region contains higher concentration of electrons. Due to this concentration gradient, that means these are not evenly spaced. What happens? These electrons from N region tries to move towards the junction and holes in the P region tries to move towards the junction, and they cross the junction, try to recombine with the holes over there. Okay, one, the electrons from the N region moves towards the junction and crosses this junction and recombine with the holes over there, and the holes from the P region moves across the junction, and this hole and electron recombination takes place. At that time, what happens? These are all, N region contains so many immobile positive ions. Immobile positive ions. Immobile ions which are of positive charge, carries positive charge, whereas P region contains immobile ions which carries negative charge. Okay, these near the junction, what happens? There are region forms which is full of these immobile charges. That means once a donor impurity in the sense pentavalent impurity is added to the pure semiconductor material, it donates, every atom of a pentavalent impurity donates one electron, and after donating, those atoms will become positively charged immobile ions. Once the free electron has been donated, those pentavalent impurity atoms becomes positively charged immobile ions. Similarly, when a trivalent impurity gives a hole, those will become negatively charged immobile ions. Once the PN junction is formed, these free charge carriers, holes and electrons which are free to move across the junction, they will move across the junction, but these immobile charges remains near the junction like that only, because they are immobile. That means they are fixed. They will not move. Fixed in the sense they will form covalent bonding with the neighboring silicon atoms, so they cannot be moved. So this region near the junction, which is full of immobile charges and where there is no free electrons or holes, where there is no free charge carriers, that region is called as depletion region. Why it is depletion? Depletion, dictionary meaning, you check it out, it is depleted of free charge carriers. It is depleted of free charge carriers. Therefore, it is called as depletion region. Okay. There is a question in the examination, how depletion region is formed. Please read the textbook. It will be asked for 3 marks. Okay. Once the depletion region is formed, see, once the PN junction is form, these electrons, free electrons try to move across the junction and wants to recombine with the holes. What happens when these negative ions forms like a wall near in the P region near the junction, and similarly in the N region positive immobile ions forms like a wall, so that electrons which are carrying negative charge, which are repelled by this negative immobile ion wall, and holes which are carrying positive charge, which are repelled by these positive ions. Therefore, the further diffusion of electrons and holes will be stopped. Once the p-n junction is formed, due to the concentration gradient, holes and free electrons and holes starts diffusing across the junction and tries to recombine. Once the depletion region is formed, these negative ions repel the electrons which are carrying the negative charge. Unlike charges attract each other, like charges will repel each other. So, holes which are carrying positive charge, they cannot move across the junction because they are repelled by these positive charges. Therefore, further diffusion of electrons and holes will be stopped. And observe this. Here it looks like a positive plate and it looks like a negative plate. You can tell there exists a potential difference between these two. What do you mean by potential difference? It is also called as potential difference, which is also called as voltage. See, if two charges are kept at the same potential, they cannot move. There should be a difference in potential, then only charges will move. That you might have studied in your SSLC. Potential difference, voltage, current, resistance, that and all you have studied. But still, we are going to study those in detail in our current electricity chapter. For now, just know what is, you should be aware of what is potential difference or what is voltage. So, this acts as a battery, you can call your cell, battery potential. So, here there exists a potential difference between these two. So, that is called as VB or barrier potential. And also called as height of the potential barrier. This is height of the potential barrier. That means these free electrons cannot cross the junction. There is a wall, there is a barrier which is controlling these free charge carriers to move across the junction, and that is called as potential barrier or barrier potential, and represented by VB. Okay, and this VB experimentally it is calculated at room temperature. For silicon, the value of VB will be 0.7 volt. For germanium, the value of VB will be 0.3 volt. See, when you give external voltage more than this 0.7 or 0.3 volts, that means here if you apply external voltage for this crystal, p-n junction crystal, the voltage should exceed this VB more than the voltage of VB. If you apply, then only you can, the charge carriers are able to move across the junction. Okay. Next one is types, P type and N type semiconductors, and what happened in PN junction. And in PN junction, here you have studied depletion region as well as the potential value. Now we are going to junction diode. We are going to study junction diode. Junction diode, which consists of, it's also called as PN junction diode. Junction diode, which consists of a PN junction along with two terminals. The P-type terminal is called as anode and the N-type terminal is called as cathode. And this is the basic building block in almost all semiconductor devices. This is the first device we are going to study in a semiconductor theory. See, this is a circuit symbol of, PN junction diode. The arrow mark, it looks like a arrow mark. This side, which the side the arrow mark is pointing toward, that side is called as cathode, and the behind one, this one is called as anode. That means this is a P-type region, this is a N-type region. In a circuit, electronic circuit, when you are going to use diode, you are going to represent the diode using this symbol. Okay? And this arrow mark represents the flow of conventional current, direction of conventional current. That means in PN junction, the current will flow from P side to N side. The current, direction of current always the opposite to the flow of electrons. Electrons movement constitutes current. So, in which direction is electron is flowing, in the opposite direction the current will flow. Okay. The PN junction, see, people might be knowing this is the symbol of DC source or a battery or a cell that you are going to represent, which provides a DC voltage. Okay, this is a DC voltage source symbol it is that I have used here. See, in order the device, electronic device to work, you need to supply electricity. That will be provided by electricity sources. Here I am going to use the DC source. The symbol of DC source is DC voltage source it is. And in order to make the electronic devices to work, you should give the external voltage. Should supply the electricity. Okay. Even for your mobile phone, there will be battery inside it, so that only it will run. For example, whatever the electronic devices you have in your home, TV, refrigerator, microwave oven, washing machine, whatever, that needs electricity. For example, your electrical device torch, that will also work with the battery. So that we need to supply external voltage. This connecting the external voltage to the diode, that is called as applying external voltage, that is called as biasing. Biasing in an electronic means, in electronics, biasing means supplying external voltage or applying voltage, external voltage, so that the circuit will function. Okay. Here there are two types of biasing. There are two ways are there to apply external voltage. One is forward biasing, the another one is reverse biasing. First we will look into forward biasing. See, we have studied semiconductors. In that semiconductor diode, that means PN junction diode, we have studied how this PN junction diode works. For the PN junction diode to work, you need to supply external voltage. In p-type material, what and all will be having? More concentration of holes and negative ions, negative immobile ions, and there are some minority charge carriers, electrons, and here in N region we have majority charge carriers as electrons. That means you can see more number of electrons and positively charged immobile ions. And there are some minority charge carriers. Those are holes. What do you mean by forward biasing? Forward biasing in the sense applying the external voltage to the circuit to make it function. Forward biasing in the sense when the p-type material is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. If you treat this as a symbol of a battery or DC voltage source, is the positive terminal and this is the negative terminal. When the p-type material is connected to the positive terminal of the battery and n-type material is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, then the biasing is said to be forward biased. What do you mean by forward bias? When the p-type material is connected to the positive terminal of the battery and n-type material is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, then the connection is said to be forward biased. And this is our depletion region, width of the depletion region. This is VB, that is height of the potential barrier or barrier potential. So what happens when P region is connected to the positive terminal of the battery? See, as we know, P region contains higher concentration of holes, which are these holes carries positive charge. So those positive charge connected to the p-type positive terminal of the battery. What happens? Like charges repel each other. Therefore, these holes repelled by the positive terminal of the battery and moves towards the junction. Hole starts move towards the junction. Whereas the n-type material which are carrying higher concentration of electrons carrying negative charge, these negatively charged electrons are repelled by the negative terminal of the battery junction. This electron moves towards the junction. So once the applied voltage, external voltage applied is more than the potential barrier, they can move towards the junction but they cannot cross the junction because there is a potential barrier exists. So because of this potential barrier they cannot cross the junction. Assume this is a silicon diode and the potential barrier is, for silicon is 0.7 volt at room temperature. So once the applied voltage increases the 0.7 volt or exceeds this VB, these electrons and holes breaks the covalent bond and cross the junction. Because see what happens, a dominating characters you might have heard, dominating characters will be there. See, ಇಬ್ರನ್ನ ಯುದ್ಧಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ, ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರೋರನ್ನ ಸೋಲಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ potential barrier is of 0.7 volt. If you apply 1 volt or 2 volts, what happens? More than potential, if the applied voltage crosses this potential barrier, these free electrons and holes crosses the junction and starts recombining with each other. So obviously more number of electrons and holes moves across the junction, you can expect a current over there, that is called as forward current. You can expect current when the diode is forward biased. If the voltage is further increased, more number of charge carriers will cross the junction and there is a more current you can expect. That means when the diode is forward biased, the current flows through the circuit. In the N region, the electron flows. In the P region, the hole flows. Because of those, you can expect current. And in the circuit, again, electron flows. In the external circuit, you can expect only electron current. In N region, electron current. Whereas in P region, there is a hole current. Because you have to know one thing, hole is nothing but it's an assumption. There is no such particle in reality that is hole. But hole is nothing but deficiency of electrons. So hole movement can be expected only in p-type material and electron movement in n-type material and as well as in the external circuit. Whenever the electron recombines with the hole, there is an electron from the negative terminal of the battery moves inside the negative, travels inside this and there is a electron movement in the circuit. The external circuit is the electron movement in the N region and hole movement in the P region. Because of this, you will get current, that is forward current. What happens in case of reverse bias? When the diode is forward biased, and you can also observe this depletion region width will be very narrow because of the forward voltage, the depletion region width will be narrow, which helps in the electron and hole recombination. Because of that, you can expect current. And the diode is reverse biased. When diode is said to be reverse biased? The p-type region is connected to the negative terminal of the battery and n-type region is connected to the positive terminal of region, you can expect positive immobile ions and more number of electrons. The diode is reverse biased. This N region and this is P region. This P region is connected to the negative terminal of the battery and N region is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. Then the diode is said to be reverse biased. It is easy to remember when the diode is forward biased means P to positive terminal, N to negative terminal. The diode is reverse biased in the sense when the P region is connected to the negative terminal of the battery and N region is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, then it is said to be reverse biased. What happens when the diode is reverse biased? The diode is reverse biased. The holes in the P region are attracted towards the negative terminal of the battery. Similarly, the electrons in the N region, they are attracted towards the positive terminal of the battery. They move away from the junction. The free charge carriers move away from the junction and the width of the potential depletion region increases. Width of the depletion region increases and height of the potential barrier also increases. Therefore, you can expect no current in case of reverse biased, because the width of the barrier is increasing because the free charge carriers are attracted towards the battery and moves across, away from the junction, and cannot expect any current in case of reverse bias. Okay, so we have studied PN junction diode and forward bias PN junction diode and reverse bias PN junction diode. Please read the textbook. And if you have any doubts, please text me.